Hi guys, my name is David and welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a kind of a wrap up slash what I did during October and remembering that slash what I'm planning to do for November. So October I was filming in cemeteries as much as I could, but because I only have 2 days off of work, um, it didn't really leave me with a lot of opportunities to go. And plus, if I had a day off and it was raining, then I couldn't really go, because if it was raining or if it was raining, I couldn't go to the cemetery on that specific day. So I could either not film on that day or to film in my room, which I did quite a bit. I filmed a lot of stuff during October, and I think I uploaded pretty much every single day. And even then, I still wanted to record a bit more. I went up to Highgate Cemetery at the end of September to kind of do I went up there to record some footage for a Halloween clip, a October intro that I did for my October videos only. This I do every single year. I always do a new one. And it went really well. Everyone seemed to enjoy it, and I did a tour up there as well. And I didn't go to too many cemeteries this year, but I did go to one new one up in London. Went up there twice, and I paid homage to a few victims of Jack the Ripper. So that was cool and interesting. Laid some flowers down and paid my respects. And I filmed a lot of stuff in my room as well. I felt that October was a really, really busy month for me, insanely busy month. What with work and reading and filming and uploading videos, I was really, really busy. I didn't manage to go to a cemetery at night because the one near me, or the one in my hometown, they shut their gates when it gets dark or is starting to get dark, so I couldn't really do any of that stuff, which is a shame. I didn't really get round to having a tour of a graveyard, of Highgate Cemetery, and I didn't end up watching any horror movies at the cinema because of the fact that I was so busy. When I'm working, I have to get up early in the morning, and then when I finish, I'm just like so exhausted I can't watch any film after work. And plus, even if I wanted to, it would give me like less time when I come back from work to go straight to sleep and then get up and do the same thing again. And on my days off, all I wanted to do was go to a cemetery or to film videos. So I really didn't have a chance to do any of that stuff. But I managed to watch a handful of horror movies, and I did, I think, 3 or 4 reviews for them. And I also started the Halloween special of Pax's Little Library of Horrors, which I'll go through in a minute. I also wanted to only focus and do it for October only, because series that Pax Panics died, no one seems to do it anymore. And I also got a new friend, which is called Boris, which is a plastic skull I got. I have a kind of a ceramic skull there, much smaller than Boris, which I have as a prop for when I do my thumbnails for my poetry videos when I'm in my room. But because I was out and about in cemeteries, I wanted to have one that was a bit more durable, like plastic. So Boris came up and I got him, and please, I did. This a little thing on top, if you're wondering or curious, is supposed to be a string. It's supposed to hang it up. I cut the string off because I'm just gonna have it up on the shelf like that. But yeah, that's Boris. I am probably going to use him in my poetry videos from now on because I grown attached to him, and I think Boris might lose his head if I exclude him from that pleasure. So this is the stuff that I have read. So let's just go through it. I just want to say that one book that I'm pretty sure I finished it in October, but I haven't brought it with me, is Sword Defiance, which I did as a buddy read with Chris from Chris Reviews. It's a fantasy book. I think I just finished it at the beginning of October. So, you can say that I finished it in October. I did a whole video of it, so if you want to, you can go and check it out. And also go and check out Chris's channel. She's really, really awesome. It's really cool to do videos, well, buddy reads with Chris. So let's start off with the books I managed to read for my PAX's Little Library of Horrors, my kind of way of honouring PAX Panic during the October period. So the ones that I managed to read, and I've also got videos on all these, so please feel free to check them out. So the first one is The Spider and the Fly, which is a really cool book, kind of done in a black and white, like movie style design, which I really enjoyed. It was really dark and creepy, and I really liked it. I'm not going to rate these books as there were kids' books, and but I enjoyed this one. I read the first Funny Bones book, which is about, it doesn't specify that they are related, but I'm going to say father, son, and their dog, all in skeleton form. This one was very, very charming and sweet. And this was a really good one. It describes everything as being dark, dark, dark. So yeah, this one was a lot of fun to get through. Next I read was a couple of Mega Mog books. The first one, which is called Mega Mog, where they go to a kind of a Halloween party or a spell with, a spell thing with their friends. This was really, really good. This is really interesting. And Mog's Mumps. I think I'm going to hold on to these as, I don't know, I just have some sort of attachment to these for some reason. I'll probably pass them on eventually, but right now I think I'll hold on to these ones. Next one was Witches 4, which is about 4 witches that lose their magic hats and they have to return them back from some cats. This was a very sweet one. This is the first one I read for the series, and yeah, I had a lot of fun reading this, and I think I will hold on to this one. Eventually let it go, but yeah, it was really cool. And the last one I read was a Mr. Men book called Mr. Tickle and a Scary Halloween. This one was extremely charming and very, very funny. And yeah, I don't really have much to say about that. There was one other book that I didn't manage to get to, but I thought that this was going to be what I was going to leave as. I thought, okay, October's finished. That's a series over and done with. But am I going to continue on with PAX's Little Library of Horrors? The answer is yes, I am. I have still got one more book in my reading den that I didn't manage to get to. And also, I have bought, I won't say a bunch, but I've bought 4 books from Edward Gorey that I am going to use for the whole series. So yes, PAX's Little Library of Horrors is still going to continue on. What I used to make up my mind is that every single video that I made for the series was slowly going down in numbers as each episode was released. And I told myself that, look, if the last episode, or the supposedly last episode that I was going to upload in October, underperformed worse than the previous one, then I would stop doing it. But if it surpassed the view count of the previous video, then I would continue on with the series. So I am going to continue on with the series. So it's not going to be often, it's going to be every now and then. Maybe about once a month I'm going to upload one of Pax's little library of horrors videos once a month. But yeah, it will still be going on, guys, so have no worries there. So let me just show you some of the books I read. Let me show you a few that I DNFed, which is a couple of point horror books. Oh no, I actually managed to DNF 2. Sorry about that. So 1 point horror book, The Boyfriend. The girl in this is extremely annoying. She is one of these people that has 2 boyfriends and doesn't tell them about each other. She is extremely shallow. There's a boy that she is somewhat dating, but she thinks that she's above him, and she kind of strings him along, and that's what I don't like about these types of characters. If you don't like someone, just tell them. Do not string them along. Do not give them false hope. And she just seems like a right, like, I won't say the word, but it rhymes with ditch. So she was really unlikable. So I couldn't really finish the book. So I DNF'd it. Not going to carry on with this one. So yeah, it's just one of them things. And this was a R.L. Stine book. And the saddest DNF that I did was Necroscope by Brian Lumley. This was supposed to be my main book for October, my main foundation book for October. It was okay. I can't remember exactly why I DNF'd it. I didn't mess with any of the characters, and I didn't really have that connection with the characters and the story. It probably does get better as the story goes on, and who knows, maybe I will pick this book up again and reread it, and maybe I like it again. But at this moment in time, I'm gonna DNF it. But it's one that I might go back to. I might. So the things that I read during October is a Salem witch trial book, which is called Mass Hysteria and Many Lives Lost by Michael Bergen. So yeah, this is a kind of a bite-sized history book of the witch trials, and it has some pictures in it if I can find them. There's one, and yeah, it was interesting. It was really interesting to like read something about this. I was familiar about the witch trials. I wouldn't mind reading anything else about the witch trials of Salem. I have done a video on this, but I think I am probably going to rate this a 4 stars out of 5. Next was a point horror book that I managed to finish during October, and that was called The Cheerleader by Caroline B. Cooney. So this is kind of like a spin-off of a book that I managed to read. I think it's called The Last Vampire, about a socially awkward girl that comes across a vampire and grants wishes. Basically the same thing. You have a Carrie type of girl that wants to be popular, wants to be a cheerleader, and she comes across the vampire and he makes her popular, but at a terrible cost. So yeah, she wants to be popular and she's made popular, but there are loads of things that go wrong in this. This wasn't outstanding, but it was fun. It was fun. I'm probably not going to read this again, so I am going to pass this one on. But it was fine. I don't really have any attachment to this, so I'll be passing this one on, as well as the Salem Witch Trials. Next was The Great God Pan by Arthur Machen. Probably said that wrong. I didn't actually read this physical book. I listened to this on audio as I don't know. I suppose I wanted just to get through it a bit quicker. I can't remember a thing about it. I felt it was kind of meh. It was okay. I know that this is probably someone's favorite book. I know it's probably beloved by so many people. But for me, not really my thing. But it's a classic, and maybe it was the writing style and the language used. But again, I'm gonna pass this one on, and hopefully the next owner of this book will enjoy it much more than I did. Next was a Buffy the Vampire Slayer book called Halloween Reign. This is a kind of a spin-off story of not one of the episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer show, but this revolves around a scarecrow that the Scooby Gang and Buffy encounter, that if you go near it during Halloween when it rains, then it's going to come to life and try to get you. This was really good. This was really fun. If you're a fan of Buffy, then I would definitely read this. And thinking about it, I've got a bunch of other Buffy books in my room which I bought on the basis of this that I might pick up really, really soon. I did do a video for this, so please check it out. I think I'm going to give this one also a 4 stars. Next was a buddy read that I did with one of my friends called Kathy K, or Kathy, and this is Camp Damascus by Chuck Tingle. I got this one in my a recent Abominable Book Club box, which is a horror/thriller monthly subscription box over here in the UK, and we both wanted to buddy read something from that specific box, and we chose this, or she chose this, and I went along with it, but I wasn't really that bothered. But this focuses around a summer camp which specializes in gay conversion. People send their kids there to stop them from being queer, which is a stupid concept for me, because that's just who someone is. It's like, you can't really change who someone is. It's just really, really unusual. But the procedure that this camp uses to stop people from being gay or queer is very unconventional, very strange. This was okay, nothing outstanding, nothing groundbreaking. If I wasn't doing it as a buddy read, I would have probably DNF'd it. This is a signed copy. In fact, it has a signed bookplate which has a sticker which is stuck on the book, which I did myself. It has another sticker which has the author's signature on it, and also a letter which is exclusive to Abominable, which the author has written, which I have put in the book. I am going to pass this one on, but I'm going to be holding on to this one for a future giveaway that I'll be doing. So yeah, check and keep your eye open for that, I guess. Someone will like this book, but for me, it wasn't really my type of horror. I've done a whole video on this book, which is which is a mini rant thing, but I'll probably give this one a 2.5 stars, a middle of the road score. Next was a book that I got from my October Abominable Book Club box, which is called The Pale House Devil by Richard Kadri. This is about a couple of unconventional killers for hire. One is dead, one is alive, and they are both partners, and they go to solve all these mysteries. The specific mystery in this book, they have to go to this house which has this kind of monster in it, and they have to try to get rid of it. This was really good. This is a very short book, 115 pages roughly. This is a signed copy as well, which is cool, and it also has a personalized letter in it as well, which Abominable has recently been doing now, and the author has confirmed in that letter that they are going to carry on with this whole series. So I'm looking forward to that. This was extremely fun. This is the best thing I read during October, and it's not even horror in my personal opinion. This is urban fantasy with kind of a sprinkling of horror, but this was the best non-horror book that I read during October. So yeah, I highly recommend this. This is a 5 stars, full marks. Can't wait to read more from this whole series. Can't wait to read more from Richard. And yeah, I can't praise this book enough. Go and buy it, go and read it, and enjoy it. And the last thing I managed to read was Survivor Song by Paul Tremblay. And this is a signed copy. This is a second-hand book. And this is about 2 women that have to try to help each other during this kind of zombie virus outbreak thing. And one of the women is pregnant, and her friend has to try to save her and her unborn baby, and they have to go on this journey with each other. And this book is set in a matter of a few hours. This isn't broken up in days or weeks or whatever. The whole story of this is spread out in a series of like hours. Think about like a movie that's shot in like one continuous shot. This is basically that. This was a really great book. Really enjoyed it. Great introduction in my opinion to Paul Tremblay, and I can't wait to read more of his stuff and try to read one of his books by the end of the year. Not sure how that's going to go, but if not, I can't wait to read a bunch of his stuff next year. So had a lot of fun with this, done a video for this, and yeah, I'd give this one a 4 stars. Highly recommend this one, guys. And I'm not sure if I said or not, but I have done a video for The Pale House Devil as well. So guys, very quickly, what am I planning to do during November? Well, as you've just seen or heard or whatever, busy month for October. I am going to have a very laid back month for November. I'm only going to read a few books. I'm going to upload a few videos, so not every single week. Maybe you'll get one maybe once or twice a week, but I'm not going to upload a lot of times during November. I am still going to be doing my reading thing. I'm still going to read books, obviously, and I'm still going to be around on BookTube. I'm still going to do my poetry videos every Thursday. That is not even a question for me to do them or not do them. I am going to be doing them in honor of my friends. But for November, I'm going to be taking it very laid back approach. I'm going to be still reading a few books, but I'm not going to be uploading a ton of things during November. And that's because October was busy for me, and I know that December is going to be extremely busy for me as well. So I want to have that kind of like break between them 2 busy months. If there's a book that I managed to read during this month that I feel is particularly interesting, I am going to be doing a video on it, but I'm not going to be reviewing every book that I read during this month. But if it's interesting, then yeah, sure, I will. Hi guys, Editing David here. I just wanted to insert here that for November I want to focus on reading a lot of, well, not a lot of, a good amount of books that were sent to me through, I mean, from authors, from small authors, as I've got a list in my room, and I just want to make a, not a big dent, but I want to make a small dent in, like crossing some of them out and finishing them. I also want to finish a book called A Wizard's Dream, which was sent to me from an author. It's taken me a long time to get through it, but I want to finish that one up this month as well. But I want to try to finish up at least 2, maybe 3 small author book recommendation things or requests, just so I can just feel comfortable knowing that I'm not feeling overwhelmed with, okay, I've got so much stuff I've got to read that authors have sent to me, so I don't have to like turn people away saying no, sorry, I can't read it. I'm swamped over here. But yeah, I just wanted to insert that here. Also, I haven't finished up reading the Lurking in the Dark novel or anthology, as I wanted to finish it up this October. I didn't manage to finish it, but I want to finish up the Lurking in the Dark anthology in November. I've only got 12 stories to go, so it's doable. But that is what I want to focus on in November and try to finish. Well, not try to finish. I am going to eventually finish up this book. It's just that I am reviewing and doing videos on all the stories separately, so it's taking me a while, but finishing it in November, that is a big aim for me. So guys, that has been my video for what I did and read and whatever for October, and what I'm planning to do for November. Hopefully you found it interesting, and yeah, with all that out of the way, guys, I'll see you on my next video.